Agenda where's that bill?
First person I hear is Shane giggling. Guys, welcome to the episode of the West Comics. My name is Frank. That shirt is amazing.
Thanks.
Sunny is here.
You know, I try to do the good shirts. You know, your shirt is amazing. I like that.
Little Scotty Young. I don't know. Peter Parker's being swallowed by Venom.
Yeah, it looks great.
Thanks, man.
Pause.
He's being eaten by Venom.
There you go.
Settle down.
Settle down, guys.
Even your voice sounds different since you've removed all the beard.
I know, right? It's a little
Hot
higher.
dog, corn dog,
Whoa.
street dog. Paul is here.
Actually, I'm not Paul. I was trying to sell Mark Smith some Direct TV. I don't know how I ended up here.
That sounds about right. You guys don't see, but he has a shirt tucked into.
I could probably untuck that.
Oh, I see.
I sold the Direct TV, actually.
You did.
The nicest I've seen you dressed up. I mean, you look great.
Wow, I don't know whether to take that as a compliment or not.
It's not. No, it's not. It's
No.
not.
Of course it's a
You
compliment.
look good. What are you talking about? I can't say you look nice. I don't know. Anyway, Donovan's over there.
He looks the same.
Donovan, you look great.
Thanks.
Hey.
What up?
What up, Marcus?
He certainly is in.
Good to be back.
You got it,
Been
buddy.
gone for a couple weeks. Happy to be back and ready to rock and roll.
Heck
Yeah. We got a lot to get into
Notorious.
over there in the Milkshake Lounge.
I was like, why would you do that? But
We throw you directly to our exclusives.
Oh, exclusivos.
Exclusivos.
Big A Austin himself is over there
Hey.
with Uncle Nephew Shane rocking the.
You're always like the coolest.
You got the cool shirt on today.
Uncle Baby Billy's Bible Bonkers. There will come a payday. Hallelujah. What a payday. There will come a payday someday. Someday there will come a payday.
No. Not
right.
sold.
No.
You ever see Righteous Gemstones?
I saw the first season.
Hilarious.
Yeah. All right. You get caught up on it.
Well, anyways, welcome to the show.
Anyway, welcome in. You guys look great.
Hey, thanks. Not like Paul.
Wow. Paul looks amazing.
it's gonna be a little while for me to get used to that.
Okay, so Donovan, we didn't get to talk to you about this last week, but we wanted to get into that Loki, that first official Loki season 2 trailer. I wanted to get your theories. You know, you don't have to necessarily react to the trailer, or
Sure.
maybe you do. I don't know, but give me your theories about season 2 of Loki and what your thoughts are.
Yeah, so Loki is my favorite Disney Plus show ever.
Samesies.
And I'm sorry, no, it's my second favorite. Andor's my favorite. Then it's Loki.
Okay.
So,
That's
almost had an issue there. Sorry. But I love Loki, and I've been excited for this. All the news with Jonathan Majors has made me sort of go like, okay, all right. But now as new things are coming to light, I'm starting to see that, okay.
I mean, like we're waiting for the stuff
waiting
to
for the storm to settle.
Yeah.
As far as that. So going into this trailer, I was just kind of like, okay, yeah, well, right on. Well, I'm just going to take it for what it is and see what this is all about. It looks good. It looks good. It looks like there's a lot going on. We're going to see a lot of time jumps, it looks like, with Ramona Ren's. I can't say
Ramona Renslayer.
Renslayer.
Yeah.
Boner heard.
Sylvia, and they're all in different timelines. So we're going to, it's all going to
Sylvia's
come
working at
at
McDonald's.
some point. Yeah.
You know they're doing a collab sauce? Did you know that?
Yeah.
Really?
They're McDonald's and
Loki
are doing a collab sauce.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Genius.
That makes sense. But I'm excited for it as far as because I would love to see what they're going to do with these characters, especially with Kang. There was a couple of shots in it that I was like, oh, crap, that looks intense. Like, they look like they're, like, going fisticuffs here with this. And then there's one part where I think Owen Wilson's character, Morbius, he sticks a wand into a wall, and the wall disappears, and you see Kang's face, and I was like, that's dope.
That looks really cool.
So I'm wondering, like, what we're going to see as far as this whole timeline, because Ant-Man, Quantumania kind of left us all sort of like, okay, all right.
Real
So
mild
hopefully-
salsa.
A lot of mild sauce. I mean, Secret Invasion and a bunch of other
sounds a little
projects that we've
worse.
had with Marvel. We've just been sort of like She-Hulk. It started off great, and then it just kind of filtered off, I
Yeah.
guess. I mean, it was fun for me. I liked a lot of it, but it wasn't great.
So I mean, the
At
hope.
all.
So what are the hope levels of this? I mean, just because of what we've been getting recently.
I'm hoping that they streamline everything to be a little more condensed as opposed to expanded. I think that Marvel has overextended themselves in their properties.
That's fair.
We haven't heard from the Eternals at all.
Or the big thing in the middle of the ocean.
Yes,
There's
this
Stone
statue
person.
in the
giant,
middle of the ocean.
Celestial.
Celestial right in the middle of the ocean. Like,
Yeah.
we haven't heard anything about that
Which
at
is so
all.
odd to me. I keep saying that.
Yeah, it really it boggles the mind. So I'm trepidatiously hopeful for this show.
Wow.
Word.
So we'll see what happens. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to talk about it on the show and with all of you guys in the chat. Should be divisive. Can't wait.
Handsome.
I mean, I am excited for this show. I think we're going to get into what we think is going to happen with Kang in this show and how many or if any of him is going to be
All
in
of
it
them.
and to what extent. But I mean, yeah, I think some of the stuff with him glitching and stuff looks really cool.
You're not that hyped.
No, I mean, I liked the first Loki season. It was very good. Everything else that came out was, as Sonny would put it, mild salsa at best. But also, like, Loki's not the character that, like, I am, like, looking forward to new stuff from Loki, because Loki's cool, but he's just not, like, a character. Like, I don't read comic books because Loki's in them. You know what I mean?
guess.
If this is good, I'm going to be high. Like, that's great. I want it to be good. But if it's bad, you know what I mean? Like, if Loki was bad, would that... the first season, let's say the first season of Loki was bad, would that have annoyed you more than that Moon Knight was bad?
Oh my God, I forgot about Moon Knight.
You know what I'm saying? You care
I
more
guess.
about
Fine,
the...
right?
That's
You
fair.
care more about the character of Moon Knight. So if
Facts.
Moon Knight was of the quality of the first season of Loki, you'd probably like it even more.
Now,
because-
Loki's a more
you know what I'm saying?
interesting character, though. I
Agreed.
I think so. Yeah, he had a
thousand
lot
times.
more
In the-
time to
in the-
develop. You know what I
In
mean?
the TV show,
In-
sure.
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
In the movies,
But we've spent more time with Loki though.
Yeah,
Moon Knight,
yeah.
we only got one show. Loki,
Didn't
we've
even need
gotten
that.
But hold on,
both. We've gotten all three Thor movies. We've gotten
that's
two
not
or
my
three
point,
different
though.
Avenger movies.
My point
It's
is
the character alone.
The character and its IP. The character from the comic books. If you ask me which character from the comic books I liked more, and before any of this MCU stuff happened, who I would rather see
Moon
a
Knight.
show of, and that's my
Sure.
point.
Well, yeah.
So I am excited. I want to see a good Loki show. But if Loki is bad, it's like, okay, Loki's bad. I'm not invested in that person as a character. Like if a Batman movie came out and it was bad, you would be really annoyed. But if Blue Beetle comes out and it's bad, you're not going to be that annoyed because it's Blue Beetle, not Batman. Am I making sense? Are you feeling where I'm at?
Kind of. If Blue Beetle's bad, I'm going to be very annoyed.
More annoyed than you would be if the Matt Reeves Batman was bad.
Do you think
I mean,
Blue Beetle's
but
going to be
you
great?
have to think about the popularity as far as
That's-
the
but that's
character.
exactly what I'm saying.
But I'm talking from a personal standpoint,
that's what
and
I'm
that's what you're saying as
Yeah.
well. So,
Oh no, combat!
but what you're saying is,
Can
it's like
that happen?
personally-
Get them to fight physically.
you would want Moon Knight
would
more
love
than
to
the
see that.
television show.
Or the
But
moderators.
I guess what I'm saying is, as far as Blue Beetle being a disappointment, I would be super bummed. Like, if it sucks, I'm going to be upset.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be as annoyed if I was if a character that I cared about more movies sucked. That's what I'm saying.
Sure.
So I want Loki to be good. I'm excited for it, but if it's bad,
Meh.
whatever.
Paul,
I think our expectations have been kind of tempered, though,
Paul?
right, Shane?
Yes, Shane.
what if Oppenheimer was in Loki?
What if Oppenheimer was bad? I would have been pretty upset.
No, what if he was in Loki? Would you like Loki more?
No, because it wouldn't. I
I think if it travels through time,
If Oppenheimer was in Loki,
No, what if? What if?
What
those
if?
guys would all talk in circles. Shane, what are your expectations for Loki season 2, and what do you hope to see from this second season?
I'm hoping that Sylvie redeems herself in some way, shape, or form. I would like to see her, kind of fix this kind of mess up she did, because it kind of is her fault that all this is happening.
100%.
They should have just taken over the TVA and just ran it and just yada 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 and lived a happily ever after, just being that powerful. But since her revenge was the catalyst for the first season, I'd like to see some redemption on her end.
Uh-oh. Got the narco here raising his hand. What's going on?
Yes.
someone's validating.
I didn't want to interrupt Shane.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
When I was watching the well, I raised my hand. Now I'm saying I'm
Go ahead.
but whatever. When watching the trailer and Sylvia showed up, I don't know what this says about the MCU and the state of it right now. I forgot who she was. I was like,
Oh my
who is this
gosh.
bullshit?
We didn't.
You
Come on
like
now.
Loki? You're saying?
Yeah. But
Okay.
But you're not a big TV show guy.
Yeah.
Like, you don't go back and watch shows.
No,
Once it's done, it's
absolutely
done.
not.
So that makes sense that you would forget
yeah, I was
that.
like, who? And then they were like, when he said to her, "We're gods," I was like, oh, that's who she is. But when she just showed up on the screen, I was like,
Like, why are they showing this woman working
Yeah,
at
I was
McDonald's?
I've watched Loki 3 times all the way through.
I've watched it a random
I've watched it a
couple
lot, yeah.
bits. That's interesting.
Austin, what's your expectation levels?
I'm actually really excited about this show. I think it's actually going to be really good, and I hope they probably won't. I hope it points to a direction of where we're going, but we've always talked about that forever. So I don't really know what's going to happen at the end. Hopefully it's good, leaves on a cliffhanger or something like that, like the first season. I think Victor Timely, I think we talked about this a while ago, is Kang the Conqueror at the end of Ant-Man, because you don't really know where he went. I think that's him. And then when Loki opens up in that trailer, I think it shows kind of the other Kangs from the post credit from Ant-Man. So hopefully it pushes
the whole
us.
council.
Yeah, hopefully it pushes us to something with Kang. Hopefully, but I don't know what's going to happen with Jonathan Majors, so we'll have to see what happens.
He'll be
That's the
fine.
scary part.
Yeah,
He'll be fine.
yeah.
He's going to be fine.
Their timeline is kind of weird. I'm talking about an actual timeline. Their actual
In the timeline
timeline
of the
is
show.
kind of weird for whatever they're trying to establish. By the time the show is starting to stream on Plus, by the time it's over, he may still have some legal stuff going on.
Oh, for sure. I'm sure this is going to go
There's
on
going to
for
be
a long
appeals
time.
and
Well, there's a writer's strike and a
Yeah.
actor's strike as well, so
and-
it's perfect timing for
and
him to go through
we're-
his court
But
things.
we're going to be talking about that in a little bit towards the end. It seems like they're going to the table. They're trying to work on a settlement.
The writers right now, yeah.
The writers are going to be going to the table. Good luck. So we'll see.
It's a lot
That's
of money.
so weird.
We'll see.
Yeah.
And then-
Hopefully.
and they delayed Deadpool, by the way. I just saw that with the writers and actor strike.
So they won't have a Marvel movie for
No.
the first half of the year.
Oh, wow. That you put it like that, that's pretty.
So
that's
then
pretty
Marvel's
strange.
is probably getting delayed.
Blue Beetle.
I don't know.
Blue
I don't know. I
Beetle
think Marvel's
better
is
be
so.
good.
The Marvels is. I think Marvels will still stick to its game plan because they're going to
hope
need
so.
money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do.
It sucks.
They're going to need money going into this because they're about to lose a lot of money.
They got to just
If they
fast
don't come
track
to
a
the table.
Barbie sequel, and they'll like Warner Bros. Will have plenty of money.
they're
because-
definitely going to do a Barbie sequel.
Oh, one.
Oh yeah, and they're going to do a
100%.
Ken
Yeah, it's-
spinoff.
yeah.
and all that.
100%.
No
I
way
hope
they
so.
don't.
God willing.
He's Ken.
I hope
Wow.
so. I'd love to be in a movie that made $1 billion.
I like that
But you
too.
get none of that money. You know that, right?
I get paid an initial upfront something or other.
You get rollerblades.
You know, more than nothing.
You get the SAG minimum.
Yeah. Did you guys hear that the production companies are monitoring a law that they will not get tax breaks if they do the AI stuff because they're not actually creating
Yes.
jobs anymore, and they're
Oh.
trying to make it so they still get that. They suck basically.
Wow.
Like,
Yeah,
they're
these
trying to
big
not create
corporations-
jobs for people
Right.
and still get the tax break.
They're
That's-
greedy.
I guess
That's
there would
trash.
be the AI teams or
Yeah,
whatever, but
but-
still, that's not nearly as many as like extras on a movie or something
That
like that.
sucks.
There's
This
also rumors of Apple purchasing Disney TV as well.
Whoa.
Eek.
Oh.
Oof.
That's an interesting merger.
Yeah.
Oh, hasn't it been around for a while though?
Yeah.
But Apple's stock is worth Apple's worth $2.6 trillion, as where Disney TV is like $264 billion. So
Chump change.
they could buy. I think like
mean,
20 times over they
a
can
drop
buy
in the
Disney
well.
Yeah.
TV, which is insane. Anyway, we're getting sidetracked here.
No, I mean it's
Sorry.
fair. That's valid stuff. That's very interesting though. Jeez, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, so so
God.
I'm hoping Loki is
I
going
have
to be.
like a
I really
million.
hope Loki's going to be good, but I'm just kind of like, let's see what happens.
Well, prior to Loki coming back in October,
doing it.
we're almost like 2 weeks. We're less than 2 weeks away of. I want to pitch the idea to you guys. Ahsoka-thon.
Yay! What is
Wait,
it?
what?
Sounds great.
It's amazing.
What do you guys think about that?
What did he
I love
say?
it.
For
What
the
did he
for the Ahsoka, when we're watching the
souls.
Ahsoka season of Ahsoka.
No, I get it.
We're gonna have live guests either in studio
Super
or
cool.
live on the line.
It's amazing.
Every week, I wanted to like theme it, call it something. What do you think about Ahsoka-thon?
I think
Ahsoka-thon.
we go back to the drawing board
We
on
need a
that one a
theme?
little bit.
We
We'll
need a-
have a
we need a
meeting
theme.
about it.
Super
think,
Ahsoka-thon.
I think similar
Oh,
to your
Super Ahsoka-thon?
okay, Super Soaker-thon. Heard.
Ahsoka.
Yeah, like your phrasing with the.
Paul just
Super
looked creepy when he
Ahsoka-thon.
said that.
Super Ahsoka.
I know, right?
It's a Super
no,
Ahsoka-thon.
don't. Yeah, it's
Super
rude.
fucking
Anyway, we wanted to talk about what we see is I guess we see it as the first 2 seasons of Rebels. Is Ahsoka is season 5 of Rebels.
Yeah.
We're talking about the first 2 seasons of Rebels. I just finished the 2nd season today. I've really enjoyed it. I mean, it's a lot of up and down. There's a lot of filler
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
with these shows. But I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on the first 2 seasons of Rebels. What did you think about this show as a whole? You know, what am I in for? I'm gonna start season 3, I think, tonight when we get
Yeah.
home from tacos.
I need to do that too. I'm
Yeah.
on season 2. Who finished it?
You've
finished
seen
it.
it.
I've seen
Paul's
it.
seen it all. I
Milkshake
think.
finished.
Donovan's seen it. Shane, have you watched any of it?
I have not.
Okay,
I gotta
So,
get to it. I will.
It's okay.
I haven't. Frank. I'm sorry.
He hasn't watched it.
It's okay.
He likes all
okay.
the boulders in it. He likes all the boulders in the Star Wars and the Rebels.
Any boulders is good. Austin told me to say.
What? Austin, what am I in for going forward these seasons 3 and 4? And give me some of your high points. Like, how much do you love Chopper?
I love Chopper. I loved Ezra and just like the whole crew and their relationship. In the first season, it's kind of slow at the beginning, trying to get to know all the characters and stuff like that.
They're kind of
Then-
finding their footing.
Yeah, and then at the end of the season, it's really great, and then the beginning of season 2 is really, really good.
Yeah.
And then there's just it's a Disney. It started on Disney XD. It's not even around anymore. But I remember when I
Oh,
watched it
wow,
on there
yeah.
back in the day. And then
Disney created it
yeah.
because it was on Cartoon Network,
Yep, the
and it was
Clone
their
Wars.
highest rival. So
Yeah.
they created Disney XD to
Yep.
take out Cartoon Network.
So
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
it was a lot of filler between, but the finales of all the seasons are amazing. The end of season 2 is really, really good.
Yeah.
With Ahsoka fighting Vader at the end, and
That is part.
with the half cut, and they did that with Kenobi, the different side. When they both were fighting Vader, it was the different side with the Kenobi.
Oh,
so
I
it was
didn't
the
even
other
think about
sides.
that.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
yeah.
that
It was-
makes me like it a little bit more.
So it's a good show. There's a lot of filler. So
really
if,
like that one.
if you're kind of like getting bored of one episode, just skip a couple, and then the ends are the best part of the
Like the
show.
bookends for the
Yeah.
seasons.
Isn't there a list out there that's like which ones are
Yes.
you
I'm
supposed
glad
to...
you asked. If you go on Plus, according to our insider, he's going to be joining us for our first week of Ahsoka.
Nice.
Timmy, our Star Wars insider, told me today that if you go on Plus, they will give you an episode list, like a watch list for episodes you should watch
Yeah.
to be caught up on everything.
No way.
Leading into
Ahsoka related.
Ahsoka,
That's
that are
pretty
Ahsoka related
cool.
It's an
stuff.
Ahsoka playlist, so it's everything with Clone Wars and with Rebels,
Oh.
and including Mandalorian
Oh wow,
and Book of Boba Fett, and leading into that. So it's
that's super cool.
Yeah,
And
very
Secret
smart.
Invasion.
Oh, wow.
No, just kidding. Just
Yeah.
kidding.
Wah, wah.
I'm not recommending anybody watch Secret Invasion.
Gravik turns into Ahsoka with her blood.
Oh,
Yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Lightsabers.
By just wiping the air.
Yeah.
Paul, what are your thoughts about Rebels? 1 or 2 or all of it?
I think I very much agree with what Austin said, and kind of the sentiment from everybody. The first and last episodes of these seasons are fantastic. In my opinion, as for the rest of the show, it's for children. And
It is.
that doesn't mean it's not fun. That doesn't mean you can't have a good time with it. As you all know, I am terrible at watching television shows.
Yes.
And
You don't like
Yes.
animated stuff.
and animated stuff really doesn't stick with me. And
No,
like if I watch animated stuff, it's gonna be
Hate it.
like Batman the animated series or
Okay.
Mask of the Phantasm or something like highly
everything.
produced like
Invincible.
the Spider-Man or Invincible, something interesting like that. But yeah, there's like I'll watch an episode and I'll be like, this was really cool, and
You're
then
like, nah, I'm good.
and this happened to me with Bad Batch. Is I watched the first episode, I was like, this is super cool. I got 3 episodes in, and I was like, okay, I think I'm done watching the show.
Yeah.
And
That's
The finales are always great, though. Even with Bad Batch, it was great.
the
so that's
finales and starts are always fantastic. The end of season 2 is incredibly cool. Frank and I were going back and forth a little bit in the chat earlier. Most people are of the school of thought that these add to the prequels, which is fair. For me, it makes it such a weird tonal difference, and it's like, well, if you watch the prequels and you have to watch this to make any of the relationships in the prequels actually feel like real relationships, I'm like, I don't want to watch 4 seasons of a show to be able to be like, oh, actually, that relationship actually is pretty good now.
No, that makes sense.
Like, I just want the movie to do that. And part of the reason I think the Rebels and Clone Wars shows are very good, but also in the grand scheme of the context of things, you watch them and then people who don't watch these shows all the time will watch them and you'll tell like your loved one about it, and then they'll have seen the prequels and they'll be like, wait, so why weren't they in that movie? Well, because the characters didn't exist yet.
Yeah.
That's why. But now they're plugging them in. They're supposed to be so important, but they weren't in the 3 most important things, and that's where I'm like,
So you just don't like TV shows. That's kind of what it is.
Well, Sonny, but like to his point, timeline wise, Clone Wars is still going on as a series after Rebels has already been done as a series
No, I get
because
it.
it's telling you a certain section of time.
Right.
And then what we're assuming is that Ahsoka is set more in the timeline of what's happening in Book of Boba Fett and Mandalorian because the characters all look a little bit more aged up.
Right.
I think
And they're taller, maybe because they were cartoons.
it may be.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard the theory that everyone in the Star Wars universe is like 100 feet tall? It's interesting. You should look it up.
What?
But yeah, you should look it
Oh,
up.
I'm totally gonna get
But-
lost in that
contract.
YouTube video later.
I think like where so a show that we all love, Andor. Sonny's kind of a
Andor
little warmer on it, but
no, I like it.
Andor, it fits into the universe well, and nothing depends on it, and it doesn't depend on anything, but it plugs in well.
Yeah.
I feel like the prequels and Rebels, without one another, are missing something, but at the same time clash, and that makes them a little harder for me to enjoy. I know I'm Mr. Grumpy Pants. That
Yes.
just is what it is.
No, that's what
Yes.
I said. He just doesn't like TV shows.
Yeah, so, but
No,
the reason I
okay.
brought up Andor
Yes.
is because that's a TV show, and that plugs in
Yeah, well,
perfectly
so
or plugs
grumpy.
out. So I don't know.
I think though that
the
Andor,
last episode of season 2 is
Of
some of the
of Rebels?
is some of
Yeah.
the best Star Wars stuff I've ever watched.
Dude.
Though
it's great. I think I may have did a little.
You should
jump.
watch it.
You did a little jump.
I did a little hop.
So
I-
you're a total fan.
I'm just this Star Wars
Well, of
nerd.
course, of
I mean,
course,
I
of
just-
course. But so
yeah.
is he.
Yeah.
He's grumpy.
yes.
Yeah.
Well, but they're just.
Yeah.
But Donovan's telling me
Frank
he's
said,
like,
do you like anything? And
just wait until.
In our text thread, Frank just flat out asked Paul, "You like anything?
Do you like anything? Like, what's up,
Is there
dude?
anything you enjoy?"
Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
As where we like, whatever kind of wine is at the table. This guy wants
Oh my
the
gosh.
finest, most delicate, most
Yeah.
delicious, expensive wine you can get because he's an aficionado. He is a
Pepsi,
som
but-
of movie and film. So
Really?
his objections make sense to me because of the kind of person that he is when he ingests mediums like that. So when he gives his opinions, that it makes absolute sense to
But
me.
you're telling me that, like for the later seasons, like 3 and
Is John
4,
Wick?
you said it even gets better.
So here's the deal. Season 1 is an okay season, and I say that because they crutch
I think they're
They-
trying to figure it out. That's what it felt
they
like to
are,
me.
and they
was
use a
watching
lot of
it, like-
crutches, and you see Lando in it. You see James Earl Jones comes back as Darth Vader in
Yeah.
it. You
Yeah.
see
Billy D. Williams voices Lando.
Yeah, the voice
C-3PO
cast is
Anthony
great.
Daniels because he's Anthony Daniels, and they use a lot of
Oh, I forgot about
the,
that. I forgot them too.
a lot of the characters from the original movies to help be a crutch for season 1, and we
Yeah,
don't
to
really
help
get a
carry the weight, whatever.
Right, we don't really get a lot of development with our main cast and our main ensemble in that first season, but second season.
Yeah,
amps
you're
it up
finding out more about
big
their
time.
background, and
You get
that
individual
Kanan Jarrus changed his
stories.
name.
Yeah, you get-
and all that stuff.
You get different story changes, or not story changes, but story arcs with each one. How they got to the place where they were at. Season 3 is going to be great because now that you know their backstories, it all culminates in season 3, and season 4 is sort of the denouement of what happens to these characters, and it is unbelievably written. And Agent
Made me feel,
Callus
like, excited.
is so good.
Not the denouement.
I can't. It
was like with the last two
Grand Admiral Thrawn's and
Thrawn
that's
shows up
right.
in season
Thrawn's gonna
3,
be in the third
and
season.
he is
amazing.
evil.
And he's the same guy in Ahsoka. It's gonna be the same
The
voice
same
character.
actor, the
Yep.
same actor,
Yep.
right? So it's okay.
So I'm
Oh, that's cool. I like that. they did that.
I love this show, and you're gonna see Ezra in season 3, and you're
Yeah.
gonna be like, "Whoa,
Well-
someone went to Jedi training."
Well, as you say that,
Oh, he's
I-
badass then,
camp.
huh?
Yeah.
Yes, he's badass. If you were to ask me what from this
Stand by.
show I wanted a TV show of its own from, I would have said I wanted. I'm jumping like way ahead, so spoiler for the end of Rebels. If you don't want to hear that, mute
You're
your
a
thing.
bad
Oh
person.
wait, that doesn't work.
I would have wanted to see the Ezra Thrawn thing carried out in its own TV
Frank, you
show.
haven't seen it yet. Do you
No.
know about it though?
No.
Oh, you haven't
But
seen
I feel
it?
like I was
Okay.
vague enough to
It's
where
his
you don't know
father.
what's going on, right? Yeah.
It's his
Thrawn,
father.
Thrawn's his father.
I tried to stay vague enough for Frankie, but that's the TV series I want to see, but I am still excited for Ahsoka.
They go on Amazing Race. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler
Amazing
alert.
race.
They travel all through
Space whales.
They travel all through space, and Thrawn is
They're riding a
his-
Purrgil
his father, and
across the world.
You're not that far off.
there's a link where.
I know.
Oh, really?
yeah.
Yeah.
Is it his uncle?
Just stop talking.
More the space part you were more
Yeah,
Yeah.
closer
not
to,
the
yeah.
father and the.
Oh, okay.
Austin, is it some of like is Rebels some of your favorite Star Wars stuff though? Like as a whole?
Animation, probably an animation, but the Clone Wars, the last 3 episodes are probably my favorite. But Rebels is just, if you want to watch like really just good Star Wars like drama, season 1 finale, season 2 the whatever the intro and the finale, those are just great. So yeah, I would just say Rebels is probably my top 5 thing, like just something fun to watch. If I just turn on Disney Plus, I'm like, I'll just turn that on and watch one episode or two, because they're not that long. They're like 20 minute episodes, and they're pretty long seasons, like 22 episodes. But a lot of them are little filler episodes. But
Shane, did you watch Clone Wars? Did you see any of that Clone Wars series?
No.
All right.
I'm sorry, I did not.
It's okay. It's okay. So what we'll do
How
is
much of that do I need to watch in order
well,
to?
what I was gonna say is that go on Plus and,
Okay. Yeah.
and find that little hit list,
yeah.
whatever, to go and
hit
get
list.
caught up on everything prior
Okay.
to Ahsoka. We got 2 weeks until we get to Ahsoka time. So Ahsoka-thon.
That was no.
So-
See,
Super
It's
Ahsoka
not
thon.
gonna
What?
work.
Soak.
I need Frank.
It's not gonna work.
Frank, I need you
Actually
to
better.
send me every episode of everything I need to watch.
just
It's on the
a
it's on
Disney
Disney Plus.
playlist.
Did
Do you need to
miss
come
the
watch it
whole
with me?
thing we did?
Yeah, this is
We-
literally
we-
Shane's version of me not hearing Frank said he saw Fast X.
We
I did see it though.
it's all about
Shane.
family.
We
It's all
talked about
family.
this.
You saw Fast X?
Family.
Yeah,
14 minutes ago.
just now.
So about family.
We'll give you the list and you can check it out. And
it.
just thanks for being here.
Anyways,
I love you.
Thanks for
I
listening,
love
Shane.
you too. Oh,
Oh,
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Hi, Jinx.
All right.
You can almost see.
Well, it's cute because
okay.
that's that one doesn't work.
yeah,
so.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Nice elbows.
It's all right.
So Ahsoka starts in 2 weeks. Ahsoka starts in 2 weeks. We're going to have a live guest on the line or in studio every week as long as Ahsoka is going on, and we'll be 90 minutes live every week.
Yes.
reacting to Ahsoka, probably in that first 20, 30 minutes of every episode, while it's going on, until we get to the end of Ahsoka.
How many episodes is it?
It is 8, but the first week
90 minutes.
is
They're both
two
yeah.
episodes. So it'll be 90 minutes the first week. They've already confirmed the runtime, and Austin told me yesterday, he goes, yeah, all the other episodes are probably 25 minutes.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I was afraid of.
It's an hour 36 the first 2, and then it's probably gonna be like 35 minutes the rest. But no, I don't think so. I was just joking, but I hope it's good.
That's cool.
Hopefully.
I mean,
No,
fingers
I'm-
crossed. That's
I'm excited for it. I think Rosario Dawson
smoke show.
is a smoke show, yes. She's also really good in the role of Ahsoka.
Yeah.
So she's a good actress, and she's good in that role. And I want to see these characters
Yeah.
brought to life.
There was a line
Like,
in the
it's-
trailer that she said, I was like, oh my gosh, that sounds like Ahsoka from the animated series. The way she said it, like her inflection was really good. She's a great performer.
No, absolutely.
She dope. She dope.
She's really good in the role.
I wonder how much like lightsaber training she had to do, because that would be the thing I would be most excited about. You know, what
Like
I'm
how much
saying?
time she spent with Hayden Christensen training.
I mean, possibly.
Do you know how she got the white lightsabers?
No, tell me.
So she fought the sixth brother. This was in an Ahsoka book, or I think a comic book, where she fights one of the Inquisitors, and it's the sixth brother, and he had dual wielding lightsabers, and she took those lightsabers from him, or the kyber crystals from him, and purified them, because when you get a kyber crystal to turn red, it means it was deceived by the dark side. It's corrupted. Yeah, corrupted. That's way better vernacular than I said. And she ends up purifying it, and that's why they become white.
In the waters of Lake Minnetonka.
I knew you were going to say that.
Through 'em.
He said it purified.
Waiting.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say it. I already said
He's
it.
waiting to say it.
But that's awesome though. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Listen, hey, what's going on over there? Brother Marcus
Hey.
joins us.
Hey, how's it going, everyone?
Nice
How are
shirt.
you?
Good.
Are you excited for
It was,
Ahsoka in a
like,
couple
fusing
weeks?
Into,
Actually,
gonna
yeah,
love this
I am.
shot.
I like everything about what
Just
you said,
all-
Rosario Dawson. I like Ahsoka as a character as well. She's one of the ones that I really enjoyed in that whole animated Attack of the Clones sort of run back in the day, including the animated movie that they did or whatever. And yeah, I'm interested to know more of her lore, more of her story, and where they take her from here. Hopefully, it's pretty good, you know. 'Cause,
hope so.
Yeah, Rosario Dawson, she's a great actress, voice actress as well. Like she does a lot of good. I think she does Wonder Woman a lot for the DC animated
does.
stuff, and
I did not
she's
know that.
amazing with that. So I mean, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be good. I think this is going to be a good one.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it.
You know, we're always going to bring it back to the comics. Sonny, we've got a lot of suggestions for you guys to check out this week. I'm going to start with Brother Marcus if you're ready to go.
Oh yeah.
With your suggestions for the week.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Go right ahead, sir.
So, all right. So they've Marvel's been doing a bunch of one shots of the What If Dark series that's been going on. And last time I shared with everyone the one that I really liked, the Thor, the What If Loki kept the Mjolnir hammer after he stole it. And then they did a Spider-Gwen one, which was the next one that came out, and that's called What If Dark Spider-Gwen. And this one is basically what if Peter Parker died instead of Gwen Stacy. So they took the classic story and flipped it. And yeah, and she gets all like zealot about stuff, and yeah, she gets this. She find, you know, it's revealed that it's Peter this whole time as Spider-Man, and so she kind of takes up the mantle a little bit to get some revenge on Green Goblin. Ooh, and she actually
Like that.
Enlists the help of Harry Osborn to help, because both of them didn't know that it was, you know, the dad at the time. So,
Oh, wow.
So it was like, yeah, and things go down, and then
they do.
Green Goblin ends up getting killed. Harry finally realizes, oh, that was my dad. And then and then it continues to another kind of like what if sort of thing, like that could continue, where it's like, okay, so Harry takes the mantle of Green Goblin to get back on to get revenge back on Gwen Stacy, and she picks up the mantle of Spider-Man. She finds an old costume in Peter's room with the web shooters and everything.
Oh, wow.
And she goes at it. It's pretty cool.
I think that Donovan, like every time Marcus does a comic book review and there's an explanation, I think Donovan should do like
An impersonation.
An impersonation of what would match with that. I agree.
A live action.
The Jonah Jameson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it would be just magical.
He hasn't been on because we usually would do the new comic book thing as a separate
Very
segment.
funny
He
idea.
hasn't been on when we do the new comic book thing. So
Oh, that's right. That's
That's
right.
I
Usually-
like that idea.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it. That
yeah,
sounds good.
and
That'd
actually,
be funny.
Jameson, he's in this issue
Oh,
as
that's
well.
cool.
So it's pretty cool. I like how they spun it, and it's a fun read. If I'm not exactly sure how many they're doing it, I know it's a series of one shots. I gotta look it up. Maybe next time I'll share that with everyone how many they're actually doing.
Yes,
but so
please.
far they have 3 out, and then the third one that I picked up is What If Dark Venom. So this one is really cool. This is basically this goes back to the Secret Wars where Spider-Man gets the black suit,
Right.
Okay, and then so Reed Richards takes it off of how in the story
That's
Peter
being
Parker
raised.
gets Reed Richards to take it off of him and contain the symbiote,
Michael
and then it ends up breaking out.
Bish.
And it attaches onto the thing.
I got that thing on that thing.
Yeah, and
Got that thing on
the
that
thing on a thing. And this is and just to set the scene a little bit more. So this is after Secret Wars. Everyone's kind of reeling from that. You got the black suit. You find out, Peter Parker finds out that this suit is not just a suit; it's a symbiote, of course. Reed Richards gets the thing off of him, and then
He gets the thing off the
around this
thing.
time, this is when actually Ben Grimm actually kind of leaves for a while because he's kind of on one of his woe is me sort of trips, but he comes back and then. He finds Reed in his lab and they're talking about stuff, and then that's where he sees the
Interesting.
the vial with venom in it, and then he finds a way to kind of like mind control thing because he's like perfect. He's weak, but he has a strong body. He catches him. He catches him. He catches.
Can you
the
read
thing.
all the comics for me? From now
Yeah,
on?
it's just it's great. And then
sounds very
and
interesting.
it's very like and so he ends up attaching
That is
and
a great cover too. By
oh
the way.
yeah, it's amazing and
Cover's amazing.
It's can I get a focus?
It's an. There it is. That's dope.
That's a cool.
That's a cool one.
Yeah, it's
like the
super
vibes.
cool. But yeah, so far the Loki one and the Thing one, the Venom one has been my favorite out of the 3.
Sold.
But the Spider-Gwen one was amazing too. So I mean, so far so good. 100% for all of them.
Good stuff.
All right,
like that.
I like that.
What about you? Good looking.
Well, I had a long week. Didn't have a chance to go to the comic book store. Went pretty much all of my. Shane's got like beef with me. I don't even know what's going on.
I don't know.
But anyways, a lot of my pull was Night
Looks
Terror
like-
stuff, which
like Clint
Frank is
Eastwood's
going to get
son.
into a little bit. But there was a book that I had forgotten to put on my pull, and there were still a couple copies. It is Superman: The Last Days of Lex Luthor.
You forgot a
by
Superman
Mark
book?
Waid
No
and
way.
Brian Hitch. I like Brian Hitch's art, but this was more about Mark Waid being the writer for me. And the story is Lex Luthor attacks this city. Superman does this really cool thing to make sure it doesn't sink into the ocean, and he saves everybody. And Lex is the reason it happened. And he goes to Lex, and he's like, "Why did you do this?" He was like, "I needed your attention." He was like, "This, why you did this to get my
Could've called
attention?"
me.
And he was like, long story short, Lex was doing experiments on a piece of chunk of kryptonite, and it exploded, and Lex got imbued with all this chemicals and energy and stuff, and he's dying. His cells are dying. It's kind of the reverse of All-Star Superman.
Okay.
Where Superman's cells were decaying in that, Lex's are decaying in this.
Wow.
And so Lex is like, "I'm dying, and I know you. You're not going to let me die." And then he's like, "Yeah, of course not." And then Lex reveals he was broadcasting that conversation over like the airways, and everyone in the world is like, "Superman, he's dying, and you're gonna save him." He's Lex Luthor. And
Right.
then parallel to this, we're seeing Lex and Clark when they were kids, similar to Smallville. I like the way it's being executed a little better in this comic, where Lex says like, "I never liked you," and Superman's like, in his thoughts, he's like, "That's not true." He doesn't know it, but that's not true. because Lex, his only friend in Smallville was Clark. And he was the only person who could identify with Lex. And there's this moment that they keep flashing to where something happens to Lex in this like makeshift laboratory he had built. And Clark is sorry that he let it happen. And I think the story might go in a direction where it broke Lex in a way that he was unrecoverable from, and Superman feels like he's the reason Lex is the way he is.
Interesting.
And that's another reason he can't bring himself to let Lex die. He feels like he owes it to him to save him. Now that hasn't been that
That's the
hasn't
most
happened in the
Superman
story
thing
yet.
ever.
That part of the story hasn't really happened yet, but it really feels like it's going that direction. So they go into Kandor in the Fortress of Solitude. Kandor can't find a cure for what's going on with Lex. So he sends Lex into the Phantom Zone, and Zod and a bunch of the criminals in there find a way to send, because they was trying to save Lex time for them to try to find a cure.
Okay.
And Zod and the people in there find a way to project Lex out of it. And Lex is like, what are we going to do for my to save me time now? And Clark is like, we got to act fast. And that's kind of the end of this first issue. It's really good.
Sounds
It's
good.
fantastic. And it kind of starts out with Clark writing a report about it. And he's like, Superman went to Lex Luthor. And then it turns into a slightly different bubble. And it's like, I went like, so it morphed from Clark writing about Superman into
And
his
into him.
actual thoughts.
I like
as
that.
Superman
And that's the name of the name of the comic is the name of the article that Clark is
Yes.
writing. So it's The Last Days of Superman by Clark Kent.
Yes.
Or no, I'm not Superman, but Lex Luthor. I just saw it when he gave it to me. I was like, oh, I got to
it's-
get this now.
It's really
That's
solid.
yeah, it's cool.
I like Brian Hitch a lot. Brian Hitch did a Batman comic recently that was really interesting. I have the hardcover.
He's also doing the Ultimates. He's also doing the Ultimate Invasion.
Oh,
with
he's
Hickman right now.
Hickman, yeah.
This
Dope.
is a A+ team of writers and an A+ story so far. I don't know how many issues it's going to be. It's large format. Last large format thing I read was One Dark Knight, and that was 3 issues. So I'd imagine this is probably going to be similar.
Probably in that neighborhood.
But it's really cool, and
Wow.
I would recommend anyone to go read it. That's all I got for this week, but I feel like it was a real good one.
That's a good one.
Absolutely.
I like all your recommendations. You know, usual per usual. Sonny likes it. I go rapid fire.
Yeah.
So we go Mark Wade. Okay, I'm back with Mark Wade, World's Finest Teen Titans
Cool
edition.
cover.
This is Mark Wade.
Yeah, that is a cool cover.
Little haunted house type of thing.
Vibe.
Robin and the gang. Again, this is not present day Titans. This is like an older team.
Right.
Yes.
Speedy, Wonder Girls, like all that, their whole dynamic. It's pretty fun. I like the art a lot. It's Lou Pacino is the artist.
Super good.
Avengers number 4, the Avengers in the Impossible City. If you are going to the store like your LCS like this week or next week, I think they're going to do it for the rest of the month. You're going to see this little thing up here in the corner talking about John Romita Sr. They do a little 2-page fold out. He passed away a few weeks back, so they are acknowledging that. They do a little 2-page spread in all of the Marvel books, I think, for this month.
Oh, that's cool.
They'll be doing that, and he gets like some shout outs from the former editor-in-chief C.B. Silbolsky, Feige, like a few guys like do their little
they-
memories of him, but they do in every issue of the Marvel thing. Go
Do
ahead,
they
sir.
have his son doing anything fun in kind of?
Well, he's been doing
him?
covers, but I don't know if he's going to be doing. He was at Comic-Con. He was at San Diego.
Oh, wow.
So
Yeah, his
he
son
had a
is
booth
also a
set
great
up.
artist.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's
JR,
super
JR, baby. Yeah, he's pretty fantastic. Miles Morales, Spider-Man. I mean, this is like we're kind of like wrapping up the current arc. He's battling the Hobgoblin.
Can't wait to get the trade.
It's been pretty great. The art, the writing, I've liked it a lot. Ziggler's killing it. I'd love to see, Ziggler or maybe Cates once he's feeling up and at him to take on ASM. In my personal opinion, we're not really feeling ASM right now. The Night Terrors continues. It feels
This
like it's
one.
going. Sorry, Marcus, but there's a Night Terrors.
No, not at all.
Night Terrors is going on right now, and continue with that. Howard Porter, Mendaka, and
That
those
cover
guys.
is so cool.
This is the second
doors,
part of the
doors.
Robin 2-part. This is Tim Drake Robin
Night Terrors.
with Red Hood. This is a Liam Sharp cover.
Sharp is dope.
That
is so cool.
Pretty ridiculous.
Sharp doing a Towers.
It's like Van Helsing vibes.
It definitely has that. More of the
Helsing
nightmares of with Red Hood fighting all of the Joker versions of Red Hood.
Yeah, you
Marcus
mentioned
will be quiet. And then the Night
he's
Terrors,
muttering things.
Night Terrors, the Flash. It seems like a lot of this Night Terror stuff ends up being some type of team up in a certain capacity. I was talking to you guys about last week with Wonder Woman, how they're involving all the Justice League Dark members. This is like one of the ones that sticks out to me as far as him being kind of on his own until he gets to the very end of the issue. And then all of this stuff, of course, is going to be going into the Night's End, the main 4-issue run of the Night Terrors. Flash has been really good as well.
Is that the character that is that Insomnia?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
That's one. This is Insomnia on the cover.
Creepy.
When you get to the
He's
end,
cool.
when you get to the end of this, there is another speedster that kind of pulls him out of this ongoing nightmare. I don't know. I've been
Is it
kind of
Zoom?
hot and cold on the Night Terrors thing. I don't know what you've been feeling about it, Marcus. Like
haven't-
overall, have you been enjoying it?
I've
so
been enjoying it.
far?
I haven't read this week's round of them. I think it'd be cool if it was Zoom that pulls him out of it. Don't tell me.
Well, Zatanna was my favorite one, and then I forgot that Zatanna's second part was this week, and I didn't get it.
Oh, damn.
So I got to go back and get that. And when I do, I'll probably pick up.
When did
the,
World's Finest come out? This week or last?
the
Last. yeah?
Titans?
Yeah.
this week.
This week? Oh, it didn't get put in my poll. That's upsetting.
Yeah, I've kind of gotten kind of lost in the whole Night Terrors thing because it's like too much.
Just wait
quite
till the
frankly.
end, yeah.
So,
They're
so
gonna
I'm waiting.
solicit
I'm waiting till
a
it gets
hardcover
collected. Yeah.
or trades or something.
It's
Yeah.
good, though.
They'll-
They're all enjoyable.
yeah.
Yeah, it's. I think for the
Better
most
than
part.
Zoom. It's better than Zoom.
Oh, okay, good. Is it like
So
Red
I
Death?
mean, we're excited about that. And one more thing, just like a little news and notes kind of tidbit thing as far as comic books, Comic Con. Emerald City Comic Con has released when tickets are going to be going on sale for in 2 weeks from now. We're planning to go there in some capacity. Some or all of us are going to try to go up there to Seattle for Emerald City Comic Con next February, March times. So make your plans now, and we'll be up there. I'm excited for that, and that's all I got as far as the comic books go. Last week I was asking you guys as far as shows that you're currently watching. I wanted to get a recommendation or a suggestion from you, Sonny.
Yes.
What should people go and watch or rewatch, possibly, if they're not doing that right now?
So mine kind of goes under the radar for a lot of people. I think we've mentioned it a couple times. Has 3 seasons. Season 4 is on its way out. We just got a season 3 not too long ago. Love, Death, and Robots. It's 3 seasons of amazing storytelling.
Good stuff.
Yes.
The animation and the studios behind all of the episodes are incredible. They just one of the episodes got like best something award. It was the best animation or best CGI, something like that. I forget.
It's one of the most creative animated shows I've ever seen. And when you told us about it, I was like, oh, let's check this out. And that first episode, I was like, oh my God. Yep. And I binged them.
Each season has the really cool ones, the okay ones. It's definitely not anything that you could watch like with your kids or anything.
No. No.
There's some that are just extremely dark. But yeah, I suggest everybody go give it a shot. Super good. Me and my cousin was out here for a week, and I put an episode on. We ended up watching 9 of them in a row. So it's really good. Check it out.
It's the best.
It is.
What about you, Bubba?
I've been really enjoying my adventures with Superman on Max.
Oh, good.
Oh yeah, mine's
Marcus
on
has been
Netflix.
talking about that. a
It
little bit.
has been a fantastic show. I'm 4 or 5 episodes in so far. I really do love everything about this show. The animation is like anime. So it's like a Superman anime, which is really interesting to see because we're so used to seeing him in things like this or
Right.
like the animated series where this is a ton of action. You
little more
really,
dynamic.
They really show. I mean, Superman is Goku essentially.
That's
I mean,
pretty
we've all
Right.
known that, but we've always wanted to
came
see.
full circle.
It really did come full circle because you get to see like Superman actually be like Superman in an anime thing, and it's
Sick.
really cool. And Lois Lane is the star of this animated
Yeah,
series.
she's- yeah.
She is so good. She is so creative. The show starts off with him, Jimmy Olsen, and Lois Lane as interns over at the Daily Planet.
Okay.
And Perry White is like, you guys have got to stop chasing Superman. These are the stories that I'm giving you. Stick to this. And Lois is like, nah, we got to go after the big fish if we're going to make this. And her whole deal is like, I need to get an exclusive with Superman. That's really the first kind of 2 episodes, and
Right.
it kind of progresses from there. I've really loved this. It feels like Saturday morning cartoons, like when I was a kid watching it. Superman is Superman. I mean, he's pure. He's wholehearted. He is there for his friends.
Paul's gonna
and
start crying right now.
It is they just paint the picture of Superman beautifully done.
That's terrible.
It's
That's a terrible
wonderful. I really do love this show. I really, if you love Superman and you really like or enjoy anime, this would be a great show for you to watch. Also, on a side note, just for New Comic Book Day, Brian Herbert's House Harkonnen with Boom Studios has been
You keep talking about it. Yeah, man.
I know.
What's
I gotta
up,
bring.
dude?
I gotta bring the books in and really talk about it in depth more because I've really, really loved it, and I'm excited for Dune 2 now
So
that
am I.
I've.
I'm
Dune
very
2 get
excited.
Dune.
It's really all the backstories between Gurney, Kynes, Lady Jessica Leto, and the relationship that Harkonnen and Atreides had, and the rivalry and how they fought each other for all these
Is
years.
Paul a baby or not a thing
He's
yet?
not even born.
Oh.
No, it's before.
He's not even born. The last issue that I read, they're like, the Bene Gesserit are starting to figure out, like, Lady Jessica has something going on for House Atreides, and it's going to be life changing for the universe. Yeah, it's really, really good. Yeah. Anyway, that's
Paul, what do you got?
Go.
Kind of on like a real quick note about that. I recently bought a box set of all 5 of the main Dune novels.
Oh,
It
It was
Yeah.
only like $100. It was at Barnes and Noble. I've always been such a big Lord of the Rings guy, and Dune they always say is inspiration for Star Wars and is Lord of the Rings for sci-fi fans.
It's engrossing.
So I'm gonna get into it here when I get the chance.
Dune 3, 4, and 5 is you're gonna be like, what the hell is going on?
I mean, if I've read the Silmarillion, I think I'll be okay.
No, this puts the Silmarillion to shame.
really?
Dude.
Oh,
You're watching this
wow.
and you're like, it's hard to explain. It's really hard to explain.
He like goes.
A
and
I
massive
does
love
it.
classic
Dune and I
world
love
building.
Dune Messiah, but 3, 4, and 5, you're like, did this guy take LSD? And
Oh, absolutely.
Frank
Alright,
is
well,
like
yeah, I get
he's
excited.
Frank
did
Herbert.
Frank
was like
Herbert do something? Yeah.
he was a master in world building. Just
I want to read this.
yeah.
Yeah. But I will get to it. The 2 things that I watched this past week were Drag Me to Hell by Sam Raimi.
Such a great movie.
Watch a horror movie every once in a while. The only thing about the movie that I would say you shouldn't watch it, if you don't like kind of really not happy endings, don't watch it. But if you're into just like a spooky kind of, and a little bit of comedy in there, Sam Raimi mixes it in really well. It feels like a modern day version of his Evil Dead kind of
It
almost.
really does, like a real
Yes,
Like, yeah,
and
I love
there's
it.
some parts where like a ghost is doing some spooky stuff, but it keeps cutting to one of the characters in the room, and he's like doing like a real funny like head shake, and it's a great movie.
The goat. I love
The goat's pretty funny, and that's pretty much what it does.
No, for real.
And then the other movie I watched, a little bit of kind of diverse like opinions on this movie. I think most of us have seen it. I watched Barbie a couple days ago. I really
I
enjoyed
thought you were
it.
going somewhere different. With that. It's like diverse.
I couldn't think of the
opinions.
word. What
Yeah,
is the
so
word?
Barbie.
What is the word for?
I don't know.
Inclusive.
No, like when some people like it, some people don't. Can't think of the word.
Divisive.
Divisive. Thank you very much. But I really enjoyed the movie. It was very funny. It had me laughing pretty much the whole time. There's a part where Barbie's sitting on a park bench with an older lady, and she looks at her and says, "You're beautiful," and the lady goes, "I know." It like almost made me cry, and is almost making me cry now because of all the things that go on in the movie. I really liked that part. And then it's very funny.
Jesus, you guys.
And
You can't be sentimental on this
no,
show,
I know.
apparently.
But there is the thing where I'm just gonna push past.
Yeah, keep going.
Where
Rick.
some things where people watch the movie and they feel like this is like really going hard at being like, oh, men suck. I didn't get that. I think there is a lot of valid criticisms. There were some things in the movie like, oh, men always do this. And my girlfriend looked at me. I was like, I do that. I do try to describe The Godfather to you in every single aspect of the movie like you're not an intelligent person. I can't figure it
Or
out.
Oppenheimer.
Didn't get it, babe.
She loved Oppenheimer.
That's great.
And then, man, I lost my train of thought. Watching now, you gotta wait for me to
So
get it
you're
back.
watching Barbie.
Yeah, and,
You're watching Barbie. It was
but I felt like the
groundbreaking.
movie wasn't about men suck. It was about you are self-important. You don't need to rely on anyone else. I feel like that was a big part of the Ken story. It's I think it's about finding strength within yourself and not having to look for
I
it.
dug it.
Yeah, it'll probably
Barbie's
win.
cool.
It'll
Yeah.
probably win the Oscar
Austin,
over Oppenheimer.
It definitely won't.
What would you
Barbie's
recommend?
cool.
Something go
I bet you $100 it
rewatch or
won't.
watch, Austin?
Going like more. I've been watching Rebels, and then I just finished Invincible, just getting ready for the new season coming out in September, and then going in the sports world. I just finished the quarterback Netflix show. It's
Isn't it
really-
good?
It's great. It's really good.
No
Really
spoilers.
interesting.
No spoilers.
Just kidding.
But if you guys like football, sports, it's really
Patrick
just good.
Mahomes wins.
Yes, he does.
Oh man.
But it's just a good show, going more in depth
Zach
with the
Wilson didn't?
quarterbacks. So yeah.
Uncle nephew.
I started rewatching
Rebels?
The Boys. You can put
Oh,
The
nice.
Boys on at any point in
Oh,
time in history.
Oh, for sure.
And just be absolutely enthralled by everything that happens on that show. It just truly is one of the greatest.
I would have thought you would have rewatched Secret Invasion. You loved it so much.
What do you say?
I would have thought you would have rewatched Secret Invasion. You loved it so much.
Yeah, I normally put that on when I'm going to bed,
Or the Spider-Man movie.
just so I can knock out as fast as I possibly can. I put
It's a good sleeping aid.
It's a really
call.
good sleeping aid. You're right. Thank you, Marcus. That always
That's
helps.
good.
But, yeah, The Boys is great.
Sucks.
That's a
It
good
sucks so bad, man.
Yeah.
Brother Marcus.
So for me, I would also want to add to
Barbie.
the recommendation list. No, not at
What's
all.
on the manliest show we can find?
Kazazi Moto.
and afraid, alone.
He finds the manliest show he can put on.
That would probably be better than
That's
Barbie.
it.
I would
Oh my
I would
gosh,
probably
you guys
watch
are
that
so
over Barbie.
sensitive. Barbie's good.
Oh my god. Oh, I do. I love Chuck Connors. I do love the Rifleman. Actually, I do. I do watch a lot of westerns because men are men. That's right.
No,
They're not trying to. Yeah, be. Yeah.
no. Okay.
Come on, Barbie,
All
let's
right.
go party. Okay, so anyway,
Go ahead.
my recommendation would be Kasazi Moto. So this is a African futuristic animated series on Disney Plus.
Is it like Barbie?
No, not at all.
Oh.
Like
Not
Naked
at
Wait
all.
for
It's
It.
actually
You said
good.
it's on. You said it's on Disney Plus.
It's on Disney Plus, and it's Shafela Coker, who's a African illustrator who did New Masters, which is a African comic that I think I actually
you brought it
I
in,
brought it
yeah.
in
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the show one time. He actually worked on one of the episodes. I think
Dope.
episode 3, and it's really good. It's a futuristic African sci-fi show, and it's set up sort of kind of like Star Wars Visions, where it's 10 episodes in this first season. Each episode is like 15 minutes or so, and they're
Nice.
all their own self-contained stories with different animation styles.
Nice.
So you literally have like it starts off with one about a herder boy trying to become one of his own, grow into his own, and it's done in like really like nice Pixar style animation, CGI. And then you got some that are just like your traditional 2D animation, Disney standard type of thing. And then you have some that are more episodes that are like more sketchy and atmospheric. All
like
of them
that.
are very colorful, beautiful, great stories. And I would recommend that. And it's easy to binge because it's like 10 episodes and each one is like 15 minutes apiece. So you can
Perfect.
Yeah,
All right.
it's a good nice little palate cleanser, I would say.
We actually
Nice.
have a point of contact with that gentleman. We have spoken with him
We
before.
talked to
about-
him like a year
Oh,
back.
you gonna be
Oh,
on.
nice.
He's doing Buckhead. I think he did the video game based thing for Boom Studios a while back.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's not
Let's-
out of the
yes.
question of getting him on the show. That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Anyways, Frank, what do you
that
watch?
might be.
I was going to say,
an
what have
option.
you been kind of doing?
Well, I mean,
'Cause I stole
I'm
your
thinking
Disney
about
Plus, so I've been watching everything that you watch. So.
That's good. Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna read in the chat here. Dre, who is in studio right now,
My boy Jay.
He was back there banging some Trulies around.
he's
earlier.
pounding Trulies
I know, they better not
with the
all be
rest of
gone
us.
over there.
And he's
Talking
least
about
three
the
more.
bear.
Shane, if they're all gone, it was you.
The bear that's on Hulu.
Yes.
It's on Hulu.
I haven't started that yet.
I heard
but,
it's great
So
things.
good.
I wanted to get into it.
Great
Okay.
things.
So
Oh,
I
that's
heard
a
that
good
it
one.
gives, if you're a restaurant person, I heard it gives you like post traumatic stress.
I need to check that one. Yeah.
But looking
love
forward,
that
so I'm
one.
looking forward to that.
Yeah, right. I'm
So
stoked.
let's check that out.
That show's great.
I mean, I just want to go back and watch
great.
more Rebels, man. I
great.
want to.
Yeah.
I want to finish Rebels. So
Anyone
I
watch
can
Cocaine
that.
Bear?
Honestly,
I
it was
saw it.
fun.
I never
never
saw
liked
it.
it.
Watch it. I'm living it.
We had a feeling.
And I watched Barbie too over the weekend, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was fine.
Barbie's good.
Yeah, it was fun. She was
Margot
fun.
Robbie's absolutely gorgeous. That's all I gotta say.
Ryan Gosling was
I was
hilarious.
gonna say Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling is pretty
Ryan
good.
He's
Gosling.
funny.
Sonny, what do you got for the people?
Sydney Sweeney is going to be
Oh, here we
what's her
go.
name?
Here we go.
Spider Woman, I think. You
Oh man, I'm gonna watch it because she's in it though, so I don't know what I'm all manning.
know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
Okay? Donovan.
She's great.
Be kind.
Rewind.
Wow.
Sorry, I didn't.
Stop
that.
time. Oh, we're freestyling now. Go ahead, Paul.
I'm ready.
I didn't send it to
Oh,
you.
you-
Word to
You
your
got
mother.
you got the
send it-
beats
I
and
didn't
send
everything.
my
You got
mama.
the cadence and everything. You got
Are you
some.
really gonna try and freestyle?
No.
Oh.
We were waiting for it. We're gonna do that as part of Ahsoka Mania. Is that better
Soak your
than
thong.
Ahsoka
What?
thong?
It's still not.
Wow.
It's still not there.
Paul, what do you got for the people?
I got for the people. Into _comics. I had to go watch Barbie. It's good. Quan doesn't like the movie and he hasn't even seen
Barbie.
it. Into _comics on Twitter. Into the West Comics on a. They actually, is this what I think it is? No, I don't know.
What?
What is happening?
He's giving you.
This
He's
this
giving you
song is literally the credits for the movie.
He's giving you some
We're gonna get
background music.
copyrighted. Into the West Comics on Instagram, Into the West Comics on YouTube, Spotify, anywhere you listen to the podcast. I had a crazy week, so in the next week we will be having like at least 3 or 4 videos up. The pop-up event video, Quan put that together a little bit for us. I'm going to make maybe some minor changes and get it up.
Very excited.
We're going to have Indiana Jones stuff coming out all week.
I saw it.
Watch Sonny say he watched another thing that he didn't. and then
I'm using my boost.
I
It's
watched
on there.
it. I
he
watched
said,
it.
All right.
he said,
Get off my
"Well,
plane.
you know, the boulders. There's one boulder. In the movie.
Austin, what do you got for the people?
Go watch Rebels. Ahsoka comes out 2 weeks, I think. 2
Less
weeks.
than 2 weeks.
Yeah, go watch
Yeah.
Rebels.
Uncle Nephew.
He's got to go watch Rebels.
FIFA.
Out today, The Hive's new album, The Death of Randy Fitzsimmons.
Oh.
Write it
okay.
down, know it, learn it. The Hives
Frank's
from
writing it down.
Sweden.
He's writing it down.
Write it down.
I've got hives.
Uncle Nephew. I mean, Marcus.
The other Uncle Nephew. Yeah. Hey, read comics,
Brother
guys.
Marcus.
Everyone read comics. Great escape. You know, we're just suggesting stuff when we do the new comic book day segment. But hey, I mean, that is just the tip of the iceberg. There's literally hundreds of titles out there. There's something for everyone. I think a lot of people don't really understand that. There's something for everyone from 5 years old all the way up to 40. You know, all kinds of content for everyone. So just explore it. Visit your local comic book store and check some stuff.
Love that shirt you're wearing, Marcus. By
Thank
the way.
you.
Yeah, we're
Awesome.
getting an animated Watchmen show, I believe.
Yes.
That's going to be coming
Yes,
out.
that's
And
coming
James
really
Gunn
good.
said that they're going to get
Next year.
theatrical releases for the DC animated films.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
They're going to put it in the theaters. I don't know how long
They
they'll
haven't
be in
done
the
that
theater.
since like Mask of the Phantasm.
Yeah, it's
They're
been a
going to
while
do that.
since they've
So
done that.
I'm excited.
Sick.
Guys, we appreciate you so much taking the time to hang out with us tonight. It really does mean a lot. We're going to have Sunny freestyle real quick for you. No, don't have the new beat yet. Beat will be out in a couple of weeks.
Just wait.
Just wait. But
no, don't
as
ever do
Paul
that
had
again.
mentioned, we're gonna have new videos
Rude.
coming out in the next few days.
Just having
Look
fun.
out for that. We're gonna be doing a lot of the Indiana Jones.
What we got now?
Oh man.
Oh, no.
this is right.
Mm.
Okay.
Why
But,
does the stylish black
that's
guy have
racist.
to
we
rap?
appreciate
Why do I gotta be the
we
guy?
appreciate you guys. We appreciate Dre hanging out in the studio with us tonight. You guys, hope you have a great evening. It's taco time in America. It's time to go eat tacos and beer and
I'm
make
drinking
noise.
again.
We're gonna eat beer.
We're gonna
Well, for
eat
the
beer.
moment.
That was a hard week.
Drink tacos. eat
Thursdays
beer.
only. Thursdays only. No, I did 9 days.
Okay, you got it. All right, guys, have a great
9 days
evening.
on,
We
9
love
days
you. And
I
yeah,
watched Samurai Jack the other day.
Have a great week, everyone.
Stuff, and it was great.
Love you.
love
Samurai
Shane's
Jack's
moist
dope.
legs.
Very moist. Take care, brush your hair.